And for those of you who are out there, y'all know who Bondo Billy is. And I support Bondo Billy. Don't have a problem with the man at all. He's at 9,100 people on TikTok. Y'all go follow that man and get him up to 10,000. Because, I mean, he's like, what, 1 million plus on YouTube?
Yeah, something like that.
Y'all transfer that over and let him make money on
TikTok. Yeah, Bondo Billy on TikTok.
Bondo Billy, because he's dead sexy. Just for you, Billy.
Stally says, how's the 99 Dodge coming along with the yellow with the rainbow flake?
Hey, John. It's coming along slow because, well, like I said, I've had rain out here every week.
Yeah, the lake was actually
every
flooded
day last week. Like we went from 14 feet below in the lake to like 14 plus 6. It's flooded, and so today is day number 2. We're getting it. I see the ones that you're painting. Hang on. It's just coming. Is all I got to say, man. Hang with me. I know it's taking a while.
That one actually is next. We have the blue one here that we can't do inside the shop. We have to do it out in the booth. Right. And then the yellow one was right after that one. Let's see. MS says, can you paint a bucket truck utility bed?
I can. I don't. I'm not. Take that thing to Mako. Uh-oh. Better go Mako.
Oh, see, now you're advocating to send people to Mako.
I know, but like I said, if you're going to steal my paint job, at least acknowledge.
Let's see. Candyman says, can you see us now? Indeed, I can. I don't understand why I couldn't a minute ago. James says, I like Billy.
Good. So do I. I like Bondo. I've asked him quite a few questions. The man's a hell of a painter and a hell of a body man.
Yeah. Keith says, what are your hobbies when you need a break from work?
I play Call of Duty, but if I could find it, I'd love to have a place where I could go bang, bang, boom. I love shooting. Man, that's a zen moment for me. Like, just take 4 clips through a 9mm as fast as I fucking can. And then play around with, some distance shooting with it.
Sheen says fisheye eliminator for the clear coat, right?
Right. And base.
The same fisheye eliminator can go in your base. It can go in your.
I think it can even go in primer, but it's kind of unusual to do.
Well, usually primer doesn't fisheye. I don't know.
Unless you're doing a limo.
I've never seen.
Or a hearse. I've done so many.
I've never seen primer fisheye. Are you still in Springtown?
No, we're in Runaway Bay, which is probably 30 minutes north and west of Springtown.
Will you make any videos about tips and tricks?
No.
I've kind of taken some of the ones I've found that you've made that I think are tips and tricks, and I have put them on YouTube. If you check us out on YouTube, I've tried to put a few of them on there.
You can try that, but I'm not a teacher. I don't want to be, because there's too many hateful people out there. And so I tell you, go talk to Billy, because Billy's a better human being than I am. And Billy's got more patience, and he's a more decent human being than I am.
He's also more of a teacher too.
Yeah, he'll answer anything you got and show you how to do it.
T. Elder says, "What's up, JP? This is Elder Auto Body out of Illinois."
Hey, Elder, how you doing, man?
Dawson says, 1990 Dodge D150 club car.
D150 club car?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I know that there's a truck that's a D150.
Oh, it says cab. Sorry, I thought it said car.
Yeah, cab. 1990s, $800 unless it's red, and it's not peeling on every panel.
Joe says 2012 Ram 2500. I want to go from black to white.
$900 for the outside.
Neo says, hey JP, what made you go down the painting career path all those years ago? Cheers. Had no choice. Actually, that's a good. Other than your army and wanting to do all that when they wouldn't let you, what like?
I couldn't get a job. There were no jobs for dropouts in high schools at that time. Yeah, there were no everything had to have a high school diploma unless I wanted to work, in the fast food industry. And I love to cook. I didn't mind it. I usually worked when I was first married. I worked shops during the day and worked at McDonald's at night. I held 2 jobs just because I loved cooking, but I liked the money. And I don't know. I went to work for a company called Mattos in Fredericksburg as a driver. And so I got into learning how to mix paint, stuff like that. And so I got a few speeding tickets, and the guys from Mattos said, "Man, we really like you. It's just you got too many goddamn speeding tickets, and so we got to fire you." And so before they fired me, I talked to a couple of different shops, and they said, "Sure, come on in. We'll teach you how to paint." I mean, that was it.
Joey says, I'm in Arizona. I wax my cars every 6 months because it's brutal out here.
I've had three sandstorms that came in from Arizona this year.
We have. Y'all keep your dust over there.
Yeah,
keep your dust to yourself.
We don't get it like you guys do over there because we got trees and hills and shit. But yeah, I happen to agree with Cynthia. Y'all keep goddamn dirt over there. Will you keep fucking sand over there? Like it was so much here that it yellowed out the sky and the sun.
Yeah, it was rough. We keep our alligators on the Louisiana side. The least you could do is keep your dirt over there. Let's see. CR says, has he seen the new Mountain Dew cans? Indeed he has. We bought the case today. We said, is that diet? What is that? Also, I don't know if anyone else has noticed. I'm not allergic, but I'm slightly not a fan of lemon. There's definitely a more lemon tang to this than a more citrusy tang to the Mountain Dew now than what's normal. Is this because of JFK's thing? Have they changed what they put in it?
They better not have, because it's going to be bad for him.
Don't say that. Do I have to leave my car with you for the entire 5 months?
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie to you, Andy. We're completely shocked when people do that.
Yeah,
we just had 2 people drop off the other day, and one dude with the Mustang, it was like a 2005, and he's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really drive it, but it's a second car, and this and that, and we're like, I am so grateful, but 5 months, man. We say that not to put you off, because it's the truth. It will take that long, but we also say that and expect people to go, well, I can't be without my vehicle for quite that long.
Right.
So
because we know the expectations.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, I'm still one of the guys where people pull up and they shake my hand and they're glad and there's stuff like that, that they're here. And I go, are you sure you want to leave it with me? I mean, okay.
Yeah. People show up and they're still the first time anyone showed up and they're like, the TikTok guy, because everyone says TikTok guy. We were like, what, Dad? You're noticed off TikTok now. It's not just the ads where people say, oh, car painting. Now It's like, oh, they know who you are. They come to us now because he's a brash, unapologetic a-hole to other body shops, and they like that.
Yeah, I get recognized all the time. Not that I'm anybody.
I'm pretty sure
out of Decatur. Every time I go to Decatur, to the Walmart over there,
Walmart or Tractor Supply,
somebody's like, "Hey, you're the guy. You're JP." Yeah.
You know what's funny too is how crazy it is to have people that go, hey, I know you. Jay, yeah, hey, I know who you are.
Can I get a picture with you? I'm like,
Me.
Dude, I ain't nobody. You need pictures with ex-service members,
I was going to say, I feel like a lot of the people that come in based off of your personality, off of TikTok and stuff. I know some of these people, they drop off in a brand new Tesla. They drop off in a Mercedes Benz that costs more than the land does that I live on. So I'm like, are you, because this is a nice car you're dropping off to me, but I know you got a lot more money. You can afford to go somewhere else, but they choose to come to us anyways.
And they do it because I'm known for being honest with what we do.
Yeah.
And durable work. We do durable work despite what other shops want to say.
Let's see. Candyman says, have y'all seen the 57 that Dom is finishing up?
No, I quit following Dom.
James says, what filler do you use? You're not painting today.
No, we're letting stuff dry out. I had errands for the first time in a week I could get out of my house.
Yeah.
No shit. So I had errands that we had to run to set up for the week. I used Fastline, whatever's the cheapest shit. It's like $22 a gallon.
Kevin says, can you do a show car paint job?
I can.
Will you? That's the
No,
question.
I won't. I mean, I can. Sure. You want to pay me the $15,000 to $25,000? Absolutely, I will.
99 says, I want my 2001 Mustang silver with green flakes.
Yeah, we could do that. You're looking $700 just because we got to prime it, or just because we got to clear it twice.
JH says, if I wasn't in PA, I'd have you paint my Grand Marquis.
I appreciate that, man. We were in Fredericksburg. When we were in Fredericksburg and advertising on Craigslist and Facebook, we started getting people from Philadelphia, Delaware, quite a few out of Maryland and Virginia Beach and stuff.
But we did get quite a few people out
out of Pennsylvania,
out of Philly, especially.
out of Philly, yeah.
Like 3 or 4 people.
And I've met people out of Philly, and so I'm expecting the worst, like assholes. But they were some of the nicest people I ever met.
I think most of them were college kids, though. They lived in Philly, and then they come down to go to Mary Washington College.
Maybe.
Let's see. Doug says, I know you do excellent paint work. Do you do any body work, meaning like gap alignments or welding?
No. Nothing major.
That's a no-go. Dad, do you want to move so you're not in the sun?
No, I'm okay.
You're not cooking?
As Candyman said,
Oh, you're too white. No, see,
sexy monkey's got to come out.
Can we just not do one show where you don't lift your shirt?
Nope, I'm 56. I can show any copy. You're lucky my pants ain't around my ankles.
James says wax is no good. It's worthless. You need to get ceramic coatings.
No, I don't agree with that. Ceramic coating is made for fiberglass. But if you want to advertise, maybe you should create your own page and do your own shit. Fucking car washers.
I disagree. I think
I
you're
have
being
a
little
hatred
too
of
harsh.
detailers. Right
No,
now.
I think James isn't a car washer. He was the one who was telling you about the being a combo guy.
Okay.
No, I think that we've done 2, maybe 3 vehicles that were ceramic coated.
We've done 2.
And underneath of that ceramic coating, the clear was peeling up
Cracking.
and cracking.
It lacquered.
Yeah, lacquer checked, which means it removed all the moisture from it. And that's
And I
not something that happens in base clear.
And I couldn't get through the fucking
Film that was on there.
yeah, I can't even get through the ceramic coating that was on it. I had to strip it with a big wheel.
T. Elder says, great work. Keep going.
Thank you.
Casey says, single cab 90s Ford truck, front only. It's a flatbed. Is that a standard Oxford white? Probably.
Yeah, I mean we can do it as long as it's not peeling all the way around it. We do it for $600.
For the single cab.
Yeah,
Oh,
for the
just the
single
cab.
cab.
I got you.
Yeah.
96 F250 short bed. It's the new Toyota Gray on a 96.
Okay, $900. Change color to that Destroyer Gray.
Is it Destroyer Gray? Is that the new one?
They're all Destroyer Gray to me.
Can y'all do a 2005 Dodge 4-door dually? Same color. It's a stock color. It's a maroon color.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
What's more durable, glass or regular Bondo?
I don't know. I'm not go ask Bondo Billy. That's the guy you need to ask.
Z says, can I book in my car for a paint job? I'm from Forney, Texas. I like the work. You're doing awesome.
Yeah, get a hold of us at JP Auto Paintworks on Facebook. Send us pictures of your stuff. You can drop it off. I don't. You can't book 5 months out and then expect me to hold a spot. I don't do that.
No, because like
I'm
we
a
just
first
said,
come,
we have
first
people
serve.
that just drop off all the time, even knowing the long wait. 86 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme.
Probably 1,000, 1,200, somewhere in there, roughly.
Let's see. Big Red says, sup, brother? Is that a Suburban?
Yes.
Indeed it is. I love how people, they can only see just this corner. And they're like, I know exactly what it is. It's a Suburban.
It's these things.
The hinges.
It's the death knobs.
Death knobs. That's a good one. Glenn says, wish y'all were closer. Love to have my short bed square body seen by y'all.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
The Cowboy Fireman says, sup, JP? How much for an 04 Dodge Dakota? Is that one of the ones that's peeling all the way around? Because let's be for real. The Dodge Dakotas 04, those are the ones that had the major paint failure.
As long as it's not a peeler all over it, you're looking at $800.
Heavy said hello from Newfoundland, Canada.
Hey, Newfoundland.
I heard someone on the other day that was doing the Newfoundland accent, and I could just barely make out what they were saying. It was very, very confusing. It's like a blend of Irish, French, and Canadian. Pretty language, but very hard to understand.
They're like Scottish.
Could be. Texan says, JP, what's up? Beautiful day. Do time.
Yeah, baby.
You got it down there in the new cans.
I got to do. I'm doing the do.
Impala says, if you're going down to bare metal, what grit do you use before you spray your lacquer primer?
80. You can 80 it and then 180 it and then prime it.
Can you please tell me how close to El Paso you are? Also, how much to paint a Yukon?
I am in Runaway Bay, Texas. I'm a pretty good ways away from El Paso. Yukons are $800 unless they're red.
I think we're 10 hours from El Paso, maybe. I wouldn't even begin to know. We're an hour west of Fort Worth.
I have
So
some idea of
if
where
you have
El
an
Paso
idea.
is, and they are south and west of us.
Yeah, they're next to Mexico.
They're like 3 states away if we were on the East Coast.
Longer than that. It's like from here to Georgia, from Virginia to Georgia, really. Let's see. Captain Kurt says, John, I love you, but I just need to know who cut the hole in the end of the building.
I did. What do you think fucking chainsaws are made for?
We did not chainsaw this though.
No, we took a skill saw. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a skill saw. That's what's
some
called.
kind of buzzer saw and went, yeah, and it cut it off.
Let's see. Where are you based out of?
Runaway Bay, Texas.
Have you ever rhino lined a whole car?
No, I don't do that. There is a group of guys over in Dallas that will come to you. They're called M&P, Mike and Paul. Now, I don't know that that's their name, but M&P, they do rhino lining. They'll come to your place, disassemble your car, and spray that shit. They do it. They're good at it, too. Them boys are on TikTok.
I think we follow them.
Look them up. Yeah, I follow them. Look them up.
Bryce says, much prefer to use paste wax over ceramic coating. The last 10 I got lasted several years. Need to go out and get another. Paste wax. I got you.
Yeah, you haven't waxed a car in a long time, Bubba. He's an old motherfucker.
Z says
he's like the dude from a can of Simonize. What's that from?
Oh, I don't remember it. That's
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, I forgot what that was.
That was the last
Christmas Story. There it is.
That's the last time he waxed a car.
Let's see. Any chance you could book me in for the next Monday? I need the car by next Thursday. I'll pay extra.
No.
We got too much work for that. Let's see. Cowboy says, no, I just want a full respray of a copper orange.
Copper orange? Yeah, you're looking at $1,000 if you're doing it on a... he had a truck, right?
Dodge Dakota.
Yeah.
Z says, please hook me up because my Mercedes ain't giving me a quote.
Yeah, we can. JP Auto Paint works on Facebook. Send us pictures.
I wouldn't go get a paint job from a dealership anyways.
Yeah.
They're going to charge you way more than even going to a little local body shop will.
And they're going to screw you.
Yeah, more than likely. They'll offer you these pretty little warranties, but their definition in the warranties is it ends the moment you drive away.
We all saw what dude did in, what was that movie? Damn.
How about the guy that drove the Subaru Forester through the front? Do you remember that? That was like, I don't know, 6 months to a year ago because they promised him a warranty and then the car started messing up on him.
They didn't give him a warranty.
They refused to accept it back.
They refused to take it back.
Joey says, nah, dude, you're special. I love when people can just put it bluntly, not like over grumpy. You're just honest.
I appreciate that.
Bill Johnson says, hi, guys.
Hey, Bill. Is it warming up there?
He said it's dang near 90s in Minnesota on Monday, feeling like Texas. Okay, It's like 70 degrees outside right now.
Yeah.
We should not be switching weathers.
Right. Like, take all this rain. Go on.
Get up there in Minnesota. It's where you belong.
Get up there to Minnesota where you belong, you son bitch.
Let's see. No says, why do I see more Nissans with faded and damaged paint? Nissan is skimping out. Mostly it's just the whites, though. Like every single white paint job just is not adhering for whatever
black
reason.
Nissan
Oh, that's right.
That was brand new.
I actually saw a purple one. We went to Walmart. I saw a purple one that was peeling on the tops too. Let's see. Sean says you're the best and no BS person who tells it like it is.
I'm not the best, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
How much for a GMC extended cargo van, metallic blue?
Cargo van, $900 or $800 if it's not peeling everywhere and it's the same color blue.
Man says, what's the best color you've done?
Best color? I don't know that there's a best color. I like midnight blue metallic myself, just because it was the first one I painted because the painter who I was painting for after a month was passed out drunk in a corner and the car needed to go.
Oh, dang. Let's see. Would you ever paint a vehicle with lacquer again?
No.
We've talked about not painting a whole car, but we've talked about using that lacquer clear that, who is it, Tractor Supply or
Tractor
something
Supply
sells?
We're talking about using that on the
The
53
wood.
Ford on the wood.
Yeah. Any tips for a guy starting out doing side work?
Yeah, use Sherwin-Williams 720 clear. That's the best thing for you to use. It's inexpensive, but it's durable.
Let's see. Curtis says, I started in 86. Really?
Okay.
I started in
Sick on
86
that one.
at a Irving, Texas, Miracle Auto Painting, and I worked my way up the ladder for 25 years.
Nice.
That's a long time. Timmy says, good evening, everyone.
That one burning your eyes?
Yeah, Dad, that's rough. You can't, jeez, you can't do that to me. Bryce says, it's been a few years for sure. Timmy says, how's everyone doing today on this Thursday evening?
We're all doing good. Is it Thursday?
It is Thursday.
Holy shit.
I was thinking it was like Wednesday for some reason,
I don't know.
Tuesday. I lost my days.
I feel like I live out in Washington State. Here comes the rain again, you know. Good God.
Good time says, JP, what's up?
Hey, ho, raise the roof and go. Hey, oh, I don't know where to go. Okay, what?
Let's see. Carpy says, got my truck stolen. A tweaker sanded off all of my dark metallic green paint on my 95 Yukon.
So he was trying to chop it.
He probably was. He was going to flip the color.
Let me guess. Maybe Mikey from New Edge?
Were you in North Carolina, buddy? Candyman says, Larry, what's your favorite color to paint and your favorite car to paint? Definitely the Mustangs for some reason. I just like painting those. Those always seem to go by faster. And Nardo Gray for sure. I'll tell you my least favorite color to paint, black. I hate black. Not metallic black, just black.
Just black.
Glenn says, LOL, stepped on a frog, did you?
Been sitting on that little bastard for a while. I've been trying to jump it up.
Candyman says, everyone asked John, but not you. Not a lot of people know I paint. You have to be a fan, Candyman. Run says, Jack of all trades, master of none. I'm in Washington. That's just his name. Is that a truck going down the road? Ricky says, is spraying matte clear any different than gloss?
Yeah, a little bit, but not by much.
RJ says, do you do any candy apple red or blues?
No.
NM says, how much for a color change from black to red with door jams on an 09 GMC Sierra?
Probably $1,500 to $1,800 with all the jams.
Joseph says, hello from Ohio.
Hello, Ohio.
78 F-150?
Probably $1,500 to $2,000 roughly. The older cars like that go for more money. There's more work, more time, more bullshit that's got to be fixed.
Which modern new cars have the worst OEM paints? Nissans, maybe?
They all do. I mean, I don't know what to tell
I'd
you.
say Hyundai.
This month it's
I don't
Hyundai
know.
Sonatas.
Who knows? Honestly, oh, that's not true. I saw the brand new Fords. I will say this. When it comes to hail damage and body damage, the Ford from like 2015 and newer sucks. I wouldn't buy one of those. They're like aluminum bodies or
The
something.
aluminum bodies.
Like you could barely hit that thing with your foot and you put a major dent in the side of it. Like if I do that with this big beast, I'm not putting a dent in it. I'm probably gonna hurt my own foot.
Yeah, you're gonna break your hand.
But you do that with the aluminum body Fords and it makes it look like you're the Incredible Hulk. That's how sad it is. Whistling Gasoline says, can JP speak some Spanish for us?
Sí, hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo estoy, Juan, es un mucho chiches aquí. How's that?
Yeah, so Dad just knows a lot of curse words in Spanish.
Chingadaway, chingalinga.
The only thing I've learned has been
I worked for a few Hispanic shops down here. They taught me all kinds of words.
yeah. So that's what Dad knows. I've learned a lot since we've started working. I've learned a lot of Spanish colors, the words for like, all the colors, because we have so many Spanish customers. I'd say 70
Rojo is the biggest one that we've
red. Yes. I'd say 75% of our customers are Spanish. And so you really have to kind of learn what to say. Nobody Special says, what made you quit doing panel painting? We never actually did panel painting.
You mean from doing collision work? Because I got tired of being hired by a shop who had a painter. And the painter was 3 weeks behind, and I would come in and do the work in about a week, and they'd all be caught up, and then I do it better, faster than their guy who had been there for 15 years. And they look at me and go, well, God damn, man, you've worked us out of work. Thanks very much. Or I got the shops that were like, yeah, man, you're doing the work just fine, but I can't afford to pay you this week. I got to take all the money because I'm going on a fishing trip down in the Gulf. So
I can't believe there are actually owners out there like that.
there are pieces of shit.
Painter says, I'm supposed to do a scout in a Raptor liner. LOL. Yeah, good luck.
I mean, it's.
I
will
think
tell
it
you
would be
this.
easier to paint in Raptor liner because you don't have to worry about shining it or running it.
I
Maybe.
will tell you this before you do it, because I had my own preconceived notions. I've sprayed bed liner before in the beds and stuff, but watch the guys who are doing it for M&P, because they spray Raptor liner on the outside of the cars and they do it all the time. I was watching him in his first video that I saw him on, and he was hand sanding that thing with 36 grit. And I said, man, that would
Oh my
wear my
God.
ass. I said, that would wear my ass out. Why don't you guys just take a DA and do it? And he said, because the line, it's got to be kind of straight line, and it's got to be, it can't be on a DA because the scratches are not deep enough for that stuff to bite in and stick. Which I went, holy shit, I did not know that.
That's crazy.
But that guy's been, they've been spraying cars for 4 or 5 years with that.
OG says, great work, my guy.
Thank you.
Big T says, hey, you're live today. I was just telling my painter buddy about you.
Okay. Is it good or bad?
Told him how old school you are, and he liked it.
Okay.
Let's see. Rude Dog says, I wish I lived near you, man. How much for an 06 Silverado 4-door? Same color paint, clear coat's fading.
As long as it's not peeling $800 or red. Do we have questions, or did it cut off again?
No, we have plenty of questions. I just have to switch back and forth. I got to balance it, right? I got like 10 questions over here and like 60 questions over here on TikTok. Let's see. How can I find your Facebook?
JP Auto Paint Works on Facebook. If you Google me, you'll see my pretty face.
And I think our Facebook pops up on Google too. There's 30,000
does.
followers on it. So we'll pop up. We're not just like 200 followers. So
Right.
it's
We're
kinda
not a
hidden.
nobody. We're pretty well known across the social media stuff.
Let's see. Carp says, Vancouver, Washington. I found it a year later in Camas. I'm not sure where Camas is, but that
That
sucks.
sounds like a really long ways away, and you're in Canada, so
What do we consider Washington, Canada now?
I don't know. He said you found it in Canada, or he was in Canada.
Not Canada. I said Camas. I assume it's somewhere in Washington State.
I don't know where that is. so-
John said that fart is what I hear when adjusters tell me how to do my job. He also says the new Fords are terrible. When they were painted in Mexico for a few years, couldn't get a reflection from a black car. It was terrible. Yeah, I love whenever we see a brand new vehicle drive by and the orange peel is worse than what you get from a body shop.
Or from us.
I wasn't going to say that because that sounds rude.
Well, I mean,
But
that's the
yeah.
truth. You're like, God damn, I didn't paint that, did I?
99 Tahoe, standard crap white. It's flaking and cracking and some service rust. I want to stay white with it. Is it like $1,000?
Yeah, you're probably looking between $1,200 to $1,500 if I've got to strip the whole vehicle down. It's going to take a while, and it's not something that's easy to do.
Let's see. Rowan says, recommend 2-minute paint stripper. What else can I use to strip and spray off paint?
Yeah, okay. Knock yourself out.
What is y'all's next objective as a business? Building that giant building so that we can expand.
Build my garage so that I can do 2 or 3 cars in it. Put air conditioning in it so I can stay cool in the summer. Put gravel across the whole driveway and build my house all this year.
That's a lot to do. Drumbone says, nicely done, JP.
Thank you.
2008,
Wait, what are you talking about? The fart
probably.
or painting?
He says he gives that a 9.3, so probably the fart. 2008 XL Envoy.
Okay.
How much?
$800 unless it's red or peeling.
Pop Santa Pillar says, glad to see y'all live today. I was gonna try and start back on my bus this weekend.
Oh yeah. Pops is doing a VW bus.
It's like a 70s.
It's mid 60s.
60.
It's a nice VW bus.
Make sure you give Pops a follow.
Yep. Follow
Let me
him.
see if
He's
I
over
can-
in Alabama.
Pin his comment. Yeah, there we go. He does some awesome lives.
Pops goes to all the car shows and stuff too.
Dang. We were talking about this. We have questions. If Dad showed up at a car show, do you think people would recognize him, or you think he'd be able to get away with being at a car show? I feel like people would be pretty mean.
Yeah, that's not the
Dad's
question.
not sure.
That's not the question. Dad's question was, if I show up at a car show, am I going to have to fight and shoot my way out of it? Or will people be nice? That was the question.
Yeah, that's the truth. Let's see. 2000 Camaro
Nobody wants me
convertible.
out at a car show anyway. But
How much for a 2000? Sorry, I passed by it. 2000 Camaro convertible.
$500, as long as it ain't red.
Haas says, I use a bed brush on a buffer for bed liners. I could see that. That'd probably be a lot faster. Dirty Socks is on here. He says, call me a tool bag, please.
No,
Oh, being
Just
mean to
'cause
him
you want
today.
it.
Oh, you're going to
but you could suck on those, Bubba.
pop the boot off today, huh?
I did, you dirty tool bag.
Let's see.
There's your foot pick. Now pay me, goddammit.
Mike says in Australia, the car washing places are damaging paint from the chemicals they use.
Hey, guess what, Bubba? It ain't no different in here.
Yeah.
America does it too. They've got the slappers that smack a car.
Yeah.
Like, that's really good for your paint.
Do you do matte black?
No.
I looked at my truck and it's just the clear coat that's flaking.
Okay. As long as it's not peeling all the way around it and flaking all the way around it, however you want to put it. If it's flaking all the way around it, it still needs to be stripped, man. The clear has got to come off. If you just sand it back, prime it, and you clear it, well, then you're pissing money away because it's gonna do it after the new paint job in 6 months or less.
Let's see. What do you use to strip a car with too many layers of paint and Bondo under the paint?
I don't do restorations. I don't do that.
Yeah, we don't strip them all the way down to bare
The
metal.
moment I find like body work in a hood, usually it's already, I already see that it's cracked and it's bad. And so we're already cutting it out and charging the customer to fix that anyway.
Jason says, I would love to ship my truck to you to make it new again.
Okay. I
Writing
won't stop people from doing that. I don't know anyone who does it.
says, I need an S10 Blazer painted.
I don't do Blazers.
Honestly, you
don't
don't
do-
see very many of them
I
down
don't
here.
do Blazers, and I don't do Broncos, and I don't do Corvettes because the owners are too whiny, too crybabyish. They think that they've got $1 million vehicle when it's one of 5 billion, and they're just too whiny to do them.
Mike says, hey guys,
Hey,
how much for an 08 Chevy Tahoe? It's maroon, but he wants to add some gold flake,
Flake?
I assume? Just says
Uh,
add gold.
probably $1,200, depending upon what you're trying to do.
How much for a 66 Plymouth Belvedere?
Plymouth Belvedere, you're probably $1,500 to $2,000 roughly.
Joel says he isn't car show paint worthy, whatever that means.
Yeah, I have. Just because I don't now doesn't mean I never have before. And I've done more car shows than you can ever imagine, kid. Probably more than you've been alive.
What does it run to paint a bed of an F-250?
Well, I don't know. I don't paint single parts.
No, we only do all overs. How much for a paint job on a seat something 2003?
I don't know what a seat is.
I'm not sure either. Might have misspelled. Have you ever
Autocorrect.
tried turbo cans?
No.
Would you take the challenge of painting a semi truck in a lowboy trailer?
No, because
We don't have anywhere to do it
I don't
now.
have anywhere to do it, man. I'd be painting it outside, and there's all kinds of shit that's going to get in it from the outside. I don't have the shop.
There was a place somewhere in Bridgeport that does, though. I was just telling Dad about it. I came across their stuff. They did really nice stuff.
Right. And there's
They're a truck supply something in Bridgeport. You don't paint beds.
I don't paint parts. No, correct.
Harbor Freight paint gun. Which one do you recommend?
The $70 one.
Where's the Mountain Dew?
Up your butt.
It's in the floor.
It's in the floor.
How much for a 2012 Nissan Armada all black?
$800 if it's black already.
Ake says, hey man from Sweden, what paint supply maker do you usually use?
Nobody's business.
Let's see. Writing says, what the hell does this guy do? He's saying no to everything.
No, he doesn't say no to everything. He just says no to you because you want to be a bitch.
Cheers says, how much for a Chevy Suburban?
$800.
Pedro says, deal. Mine is already black currently. I think he had the Armada. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we do them. I've done a few of them.
Sheen says the Seat Leon is a Spanish car with a Volkswagen engine and an Audi interior. Is it here in America?
Okay. I'm in America. I'm in Texas. If you want a price on it, it's probably between $1,500 to $2,000. The older cars are.
Let's see. Do you do any bed liners?
No. M&P, they do bed liner. They're down here in Dallas.
Pedro says, I'll throw in a 24 pack of Mountain Dews. It would be much appreciated.
Ain't nothing stopping you, Pedro. All the roads are clear now, man. Goddamn. I could take one more.
All roads come to Runaway Bay. Let's see. Do you do body work?
Yeah, I do small dents and dings. Nothing major.
Frank says, thank God for Texas, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, start sending him cases of Mountain Dew. He'll take it. We've had quite a few customers that come and they drop off their cars or they pick up and they'll bring 12 packs.
12 pack or case of Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Let's see. S says in Sweden, the material is very expensive. Oh, wait. He says in Sweden, is the material expensive? Probably.
I don't know. I'm not in Sweden.
I think the only place where
I'm
material...
in America, goddammit.
I think the only place material is probably not too expensive is probably Mexico or China. One of those two places. And just because Mexico...
Well, it depends, because they make pesos down there and China is yen. And if their money ain't worth anything, well, it's still high to them.
Fair enough. Is there a certain time y'all come home every day? That's such a random question. Are you sitting around the block, user 63, watching? Are you stalking us?
I'm always home, baby. This is my shop. It's on my land.
That's actually what's pretty awesome. 2017 F-250 crew cab.
There's an approximate
Antimatter blue.
There's an approximate 120-second travel time to get to work.
120 seconds.
Right.
It takes you that long. It's like 30 seconds. It's like a 19-second walk from here.
It's 2-minute walk.
From here to the door. Let's see.
If I'm running, I'm not running.
It's not running. It's what are you shuffling like an old person now?
I shuffle.
What's the easiest color for a first timer to use?
Probably black.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about it being translucent.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't have to worry about pearls that are in it.
No metallics, no pearls, nothing like that. You gotta.
But I think the best color for a first timer to use is white.
No.
It's a bright color, and as long as you cover it enough, you'll never see any of the imperfections you have.
Enough to stop. You go around it, you wait 15 minutes, you go around it, you wait 15 minutes, you go around it. And people are not that, they're not that patient. They
That's
just
true.
Go around and around and around. It doesn't matter how much you put on it. It's always going to be translucent because you're not giving it time to dry.
I'm still not that patient. I've been doing it for a while. Do you like the Code Red Mountain Dew?
No.
This man is so basic. He's so basic.
I'm a basic bitch.
Would you drink anything in that? Like if they put like...
No. No.
No, you wouldn't.
It's just Mountain Dew.
Are European cars more expensive than American cars to paint?
No. Not for me.
The older ones just have more work done to them.
The older cars are more work, and so it takes more money, more time, more effort.
Let's see. What causes the factory white GM to peel in 10 years? Is it poor primer? Yeah, I just don't think the base is adhering properly to the E-coat.
Who knows? True. I think it's the E-coat, but that's me.
Let's see. Rowan says, what's cool about Texas is I met a cool couple from Fort Worth who were the most genuine people. What's your favorite spots in Texas? Spots? You'd have to leave Runaway Bay.
Yeah, that entails that I'd have to leave Runaway Bay.
Honestly, if you've been through Runaway Bay, you know it's a very beautiful lake, so you don't really want to
I mean,
burglars
I don't
anyways.
venture out, guys. I don't go to bars. I've been married for 37 years. I'm not out at bars drinking. I quit drinking. How old are you?
33?
So 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I quit drinking 25 years ago. I quit doing hard drugs.
Wait, is that how old Natalie is?
37 years ago. For me, it's fanciful to go into Lake Worth and go to the Chick-fil-A
Or Weatherford?
or Weatherford to go to the Chick-fil-A. That's the most fanciful fucking restaurant I want to eat at.
We need to go to IHOP in
Yeah, IHOP even makes me
Decatur.
nervous. Even going to IHOP makes me nervous. I'm not a person. I'm from Northern Virginia. I'm not a person who's friendly most of the time when I'm out. Even though I look like I'm friendly, I'm the guy who sits with his back to the door with a pistol in his pocket.
Let's see. How much to paint a 56 GMC step side?
Probably 1,500 to 2,000.
Chad says, do you paint antique tractors?
No, I don't.
Brian says, why do we never see the person behind the voice? I've been a painter for 40 years. God bless him.
Thank
40
you.
years is a long time. I mean, I pop up on camera every now and then.
She
I
does
like to
work.
make myself a surprise. So, like, if I go out in public, nobody knows who I am. So, if I tag along next to Dad, then usually they're like, are you? Is that? Oh. User 63 says, no. What time do y'all come on here every day?
It differs.
Usually, I will say this is pretty rare to come on at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Normally, we're like 10 in the morning, maybe. It
Yeah,
could be
9, 10
between
o'clock
8
in the
to
morning.
11 in the morning. Adam says, I love your work, JP.
Thank you.
Do y'all Uber to work? LOL.
Yeah, it's 120-second commute.
Uber doesn't come out this far. We've had a couple customers, unfortunately, who have realized that when they've dropped off and they've been like, we're just going to get an Uber back. And we're like, unless you scheduled that a couple days ago, Uber doesn't just randomly show up.
We're not in the city.
Mike says, do I have to drop off my truck or can I get in line and bring it?
No, you got to drop it off.
Pedro says, it's true. OG's basic.
I'm a basic bitch, man. I always have been.
Jesus says, yes, it's the primer for sure. It probably is the primers. Let's see. Keith says, what do you order from Subway?
Subway, probably. It used to be their seafood thing, but they don't have that one anymore. So right now it's ham, turkey, cheese, all double meat with bacon, double bacon, triple bacon.
Lots of mayonnaise.
Yeah, not a lot, but yes.
And it's got to be. Now I want Subway. Thanks a lot for that. Let's see. Bryce says, I learned the hard way with metallic paints my first go around. I was so patchy and wavy, I had to sand it down just to do regular black paint.
I mean, if you just back off of it and think of your spray as a curtain and you watch yourself and watch the paint gun, you can see whenever you get to the end, if you move it, you can watch the whole curtain wave back and forth. So if you're here, you don't want to be here spraying your metallics. You want to be up here and letting them dry spray, because what it does is it comes down and instead of going, it goes and it lays out evenly.
Yeah, you don't have a concentration of metallics,
Right.
which is how you avoid, like you were talking about, the wavy or
The tiger
patches
stripe.
and
They call them tiger stripes.
metallic. Yeah, the metallic doesn't just group and bunch
Right.
together. Unless you used Omni, and then in which case, sorry,
Yeah,
man,
if
you're done
using
for.
PPG, you're just.
It had
fucking
nothing to
doing
do
that.
with you.
Yeah, it
You were-
doesn't have anything to do with you.
You were freaking awesome.
PPG just lifts up. Doesn't matter. You spray
Mm-mm.
it base down, come back an hour later, spray it with clear, it still picks it up.
How much would y'all charge to do a Fox Body Mustang black?
Why would I paint a car? I fucked that one up.
You did. Why
You're
would I
supposed to
paint a fox?
dog. Why would I paint a dog, you sicko? $500. Long as it ain't red.
Rowan says 2 years sober in July.
Nice, man. Congratulations. Stay with it.
Do you have any tips or
I
tricks?
can still taste the vodka because that's what I always drink.
Do you have any tips or tricks for fixing rust?
Yeah, sand it and prime it, put Bondo over it, hide it. I mean, I don't know what you want.
Frank says, thank God for the Second Amendment, brother.
Hey, man.
Zach says, what kind of projects you got going on? Thankfully, no projects. Everything we do is work related. And this big beast we just did, the Suburban, was the biggest project.
This was the biggest project. The second one is this monstrosity here, the Suburban.
Yeah, that big guy.
But even that one's done too. I could have painted this one a week ago if I could get it inside the shop, but I couldn't.
No, because it's actually jacked up.
I had no idea that the weather was going to be as foobarred as it turned out to be.
Have you moved locations? I see grass now. Well, that's what happens when it rains in Texas.
Yeah.
1 week there's no grass, it's all dirt, and then it rains, and all of a sudden it sprouts up, and you're in a freaking jungle.
Right.
It's pretty messed up. Let's see. How much for a 96 F250? It's Toyota gray, and how long would it take?
5 months to do, and it's $900 or $800 if you're going back to same color.
No, he wants it to go the new Toyota gray. Sorry.
$9.
Do you have a favorite car or body style to do?
Yet.
Candyman says Weatherford doesn't have reliable Ubers either. That surprises me.
That's surprising because it's a big fucking town. It's not that far away from Fort Worth.
No, it's a big city. Can you do that again, JP? I don't know. What did you do?
9.
I don't think it was that. What car is outside the door? Is it a Bel Air? Yeah, it's a 4-door Bel Air.
4-door Bel Air.
It's pretty. And I had no idea where the gas tank was. I think we should make a video about that because they should do that again. Bring it back to where your gas caps are hard to find and they're part of the decoration.
It is aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
Because you don't have this ugly square or anything. It's actually in the tail light.
You don't even know it's there. We were both like, where's the where's
I don't know. I haven't ever filled one up, so I don't know. I know it was somewhere in the rear of the car. I thought it was behind the license plate.
Right, like a lot of the old 80s and 70s.
It was in the driver's
little
side
molding.
taillight.
Like I said, I want to make a video of that. Antoine says, I love that clear.
Yes, me too. Sherwin Williams got good
Suspects in a rows. He spent 5 rows, actually. Sorry.
Thank you.
How many vehicles are in the waiting room? That's a good way of putting it.
I think we stopped counting at 25.
18, 19. I don't know. I stopped counting at 18, right? Because then,
2 more, so
yeah,
20.
because then we got rid of one and then we took in like 4 more over that weekend and then got rid of, so I'm just like, oh my God.
We're somewhere around 20 right now.
Have you ever heard of Poppy's Patina Clear Coat? It's wipe on.
You mean the single? Read something else.
How long is the wait time from drop off? 5 months?
5 months.
What type of clear are you using?
Right now, we're finishing up using our Autobahn clear, but normally it's Sherwin Williams 720 clear.
How much to paint an 86 GT Fiero?
It's $400.
What was the one Fiero we painted?
It was a GT.
No, I mean, but what year? Was that one like an 89 maybe?
That was like an 86, 87.
They're cute little cars, but he had a monster spider hiding in his engine. And the engine is the trunk, right? So you're like, oh my God. So taping that up was not fun.
That was like, shoot that mother!
How much for 2017 F-250 antimatter blue?
You're probably looking $900 change color for the outside of it.
Let's see. Rowan says Tuesday deals at KFC's an 8-piece for $10, but only on Tuesday. Really? We need to go to
Really?
Need to go to KFC now, huh?
Really?
Wait, is that every Tuesday or just this upcoming Tuesday?
Wait, is that for the one in Weatherford?
How much for a 92 E350 box van? Oh, he says ambulance.
Nope. Not even remotely interested in doing it.
Sorry, we don't have the...
I don't have the patience, time, effort, or desire to want to touch another ambulance again in my life.
Keith says, I boycotted Subway over the seafood sub. I know. Why did they remove that?
I don't know why they removed it. I was on the East Coast, and the people on the East Coast eat that shit.
I never liked the seafood, but I was like, I worked at Subway for a very short period of time. And like, that was one of the highly ordered ones. That seller. One in the freaking tuna fish one was huge sellers.
Yeah.
Bryce says, I bought no name paint, an in-house mix from my uncle's shop. Fairly certain he ordered it from Temu. It didn't smell like paint at all. Smelled more like WD-40. Who knows? Maybe he did mix it in. He cut it with WD-40 to make it, It's probably lacquer paint. He probably poured it in there to get it to stir up mix.
Oh, mechanics.
Zach says, do you have to repaint if the clear coat is peeling? Like
Yes.
the base color?
Yeah, you'll have to base it and then clear it.
There's no way to just sand off base without scratching. There's no way to sand off clear without scratching base. So the moment you scratch base, if you tried to clear over that, you will see that.
Right, so you got to base it.
Glenn says, what's the deal with red?
It's $200 more. That's the deal with it. Take it or leave it.
Candyman says the 56 is literally behind the passenger tail light. Yeah. Candyman knows. That's what we were like looking around.
Man.
We were poking it. We were like pulling on the moldings. We're like, where is this thing? Oh, there it is. It's so neat. We even popped the trunk because we were like, is it in the trunk?
Angel.
Oh, your dog's outside.
Hi, Angel. Hi, baby.
What would you say is a good price to have someone with a 2000 Mustang hood painted?
My asshole hurts.
That's TMI.
Probably $200.
You have the seat. I'm on the hard barrel.
My knees hurt.
You ain't got no.
How many times you broke your legs?
Twice.
Okay.
You ain't got no
I've
cushion.
broken mine 3 or 4 times, 5 or 6 times a piece. So shut up.
You ain't got no cushion. You got Hank Hill butt, don't you?
I do. I got Hank Hill ass. It's flat.
How much for an O2 crew cab F350?
$800. Unless it's red.
FP says seafood sub with egg when Subway had it. So good.
Who the fuck eats seafood with an egg?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Oh.
I don't think I would trust seafood from Subway. I feel like it would make you sick. I mean, it does, but you go back and eat it because it tastes good.
I mean, it gives you shits, but what do you want?
Steve says, wish I lived closer. I'd take advantage of this deal.
I appreciate it.
King Savage says 2014 Chevy Silverado. It's black.
It's $800. Go back saying black.
You guys are great. How much for an 03 Corvette black?
$500. If I decide to do it.
How much to paint a smart car? That's from Bob Stone.
Oh, Bob, somewhere between $7,000 to $25,000.
Let's see. Bigfoot says, not trying to be smart, but why 5 months? Genuinely curious.
Because I've got 30 cars in my yard in shitty weather since December.
Dave says, what's up from Fredericksburg, Virginia?
Hey, Dave, you son of a bitch.
It's because you're from Fredericksburg.
I'm from Fredericksburg. Dave, did we grow up together? Did you grow up down in Stafford, around Brook?
In what year? You need to be specific with your years.
Yeah, what year? 70s, 80s? Which one was it, Dave?
Oh, my phone is at 4%. It's going to die on TikTok. YouTube is still fine.
I'm from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Brad says, what's up from Hedgeville, West Virginia?
Hedgeville, West Virginia. That's pretty
Rusted
cool.
Ark says, I did, LOL. Dave says, I was born in 79.
Okay, yeah. I was born in 69, so you're a few years behind me. Probably repeated the same grade with each other, though.
Zach says, did we finish the Suburban?
No, we didn't. I did. I don't know where the fuck you were.
What's this we? Is there a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah, no shit.
It is. It's finished. Once we get it pulled outside, I will make a video of walking around it and all that.
I went to Grafton Elementary, Drew Middle, Stafford High.
Rowan says, subscriber I am. Chicken fried egg is amazing.
Yeah, chicken fried rice with egg in it. Absolutely. Chinese food, good. MSG, good.
Very good. You need to add more of it.
Kennedy, bad.
Let's see. Mike says JP's awesome. Bigfoot says, I'll bring some Chick-fil-A. Believe it or not, Dad actually doesn't eat Chick-fil-A. He goes all the time and he takes Mom and me and Nat, but he doesn't eat there. What do you eat? You eat from the gas station before we go.
Right.
If you wanna truly know JP, he eats gas station food. So find some really good chicken and he'll eat that.
Right. I usually get something from like either Long John Silver's, KFC. That's about it.
KFC. Rusted Ark says the Suburban looks great. It's good
Thanks.
work.
Thank you.
You eat it all sups?
Yeah.
Yes. We were talking about that today.
I know there's an Allsup's up here in Bridgeport. It's got good chicken.
Swamp water gator baby. What's the best clear to use for the Florida Sun? 2K?
Yeah, it's all 2K if you're talking about clear coat, base coat, clear coat. Probably Sherwin-Williams 720 line, finish one.
Zach says that's all you do is paint vehicles.
Yes,
That
I
is
do
very
small
true.
dents and dings.
Head says, wait, do y'all actually think RFK is bad? I don't.
I do.
Dad has pretty strong emotions on it.
I grew up, and there's a reason why his family keeps getting popped.
Yeah,
Now-
Dad doesn't like the Kennedys.
I don't.
That's
like the
his whole-
Kennedys.
That's
I don't
his
like
whole
the
thing.
I don't like the Kennedys. I don't like the Kennedys. I don't like the Kennedys. You want to know why? Because, well, they were in office. And what did they do when they were in office? Does anybody remember Chappaquiddick, whatever it was called, where a Kennedy drowned, or a Kennedy didn't drown, but the 3 girls that were in his car that were dead,
I do think the Kennedy family themselves are pretty messed up. But
I think they're all
for-
evil. And no, I don't trust a goddamn one of them.
for me, I don't think RFK Jr. is bad. I really don't. But I'm not a fan of the government stepping in, telling us what we can and can't put in our foods.
Right.
That's the only problem I have, because they
Right.
shouldn't do that to begin with. There shouldn't be regulations like that.
Right. I don't trust him for anything just because his last name is Kennedy. I don't give a flying fuck.
And
what
trust
he's
me,
done
we've
for
had
himself.
this argument because I asked him the same thing about Bill Clinton. I don't like the Clintons, not even remotely. But
I
Dad's
think
like,
Bill
I
was-
think
I think Bill was great for the economy. I think Bill was a good president. Do I care that there were 3 people in the picture with him that day? No, I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. Did she leak national secrets? Is she dead? No, she is not. Are there people that had, they committed suicide with a 12-gauge shotgun clear to the back of the head? What were they getting ready to do? I don't like the Clintons either.
we've had
But
some
I like-
arguments.
I like Bill for the economy.
We've had some arguments over this. Let's see. Dave says the Chick-fil-A sauce was invented in the Spotsylvania Mall. I know, that's pretty
Was it
cool.
really?
You didn't know that?
No.
They don't put enough emphasis in
That
the
makes
mall
me
about
wonder.
that.
That makes me wonder because I had a friend that I grew up with. I wonder if she helped invent the sauce that went into it because
was
she
in
was
the-
the manager of that mall.
Yes, it
back
was
in back in the early 80s.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was in the mid '80s that they did it.
Yeah. Well, damn, I didn't know that.
James says, how much to paint a 1976 Corvette?
Probably somewhere between go away and find another body shop.
Are y'all charging tariffs?
No, I don't charge tariffs.
Where are you located?
I'm in Runaway Bay, Texas,
My
where we
phone-
are tariff free.
My phone is at 2% battery. It is
Okay.
about to die.
I guess we'll end the live. I got to go in and cook dinner. As well as the wolf wants to eat the car driving by.
So long, everybody. Thank you for
We'll see
tuning
y'all
in.
later. Thank you for tuning in.